Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services.
And Total Health in Grand Pavilion. Change the way you manage your family's health. Visit www.totalhealth.ky or call 333-2222.
And now, Radio Cayman presents The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. Here's your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning. Welcome to the Business Buzz. Thank you so much for joining us, whether you're joining us via the airwaves or YouTube. I want to say good morning, and we do apologize for not having our first segment this morning. We had a cancellation, but we're happy to have our guests in the studio this morning. Good morning to Susan. Susan is holding it down on the other side. She had half an hour to play some good music, a pre-entertainment to the breakfast session. So now we have in the studio our guest from Vitality Physiotherapy Center. I want to say good morning to Miss Rose Watt. Rose is a registered physiotherapist and part owner of Vitality. And alongside her, we have Paula Tully. Paula is a registered physiotherapist. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good to have you in the studio.
Thanks for having us.
I know it's early morning, but you look ready for an interview.
Thanks for
we
ready.
Actually, we don't call this an interview. We call it just a chat,
Discussion.
Conversation.
Yeah. Great.
So let's start with you, Rose. I know I just introduced you. I wasn't planning on doing that, but now I have. Just tell us a little bit more about yourself, how you got started. You know, I know you're from South Africa. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, thank you. So my name is Rose, as you said. I'm from Durban, South Africa, East Coast, nice and sunny. I studied at university in Durban, got my degree end of 2008, and I've been living here in the sunny Cayman Islands for 10 years, and I'm very passionate about physiotherapy and what I do.
Oh, we're glad to have you. And good morning to you, Paula.
Good morning. I'm from Cape Town, South Africa, and I've only been here coming up for a year and a half now. I studied at the University of Cape Town and got my undergrad and my master's through there in sports and exercise. And yeah, I've just joined the team at Vitality, and I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah. Congratulations on the MBA, right? Was it MBA?
Oh, no, master's.
Master's.
Not an MBA.
Okay. All right. Well, congrats, and good to have you both in the studio. Now, let's So let me see, Paula. Rose, rather. Rose, you started us back in 2019.
Yes, so we started the process in 2019, and then COVID had some other plans for us, and we eventually opened for business in August 2020. Started very small. I was the only physiotherapist, and we've grown most recently, about a year now, where we expanded to a different space in Pasadora Place. So we're in a bigger space, and Paula's just joined the team. So things are going very well the last couple of years. And we're beautiful new space now in Pasadora Place.
So did you guys know each other back in South Africa?
No.
No. Just a coincidence that we're both South African.
Yeah. we only met here on island.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So it's just coincidence.
Yeah, small world.
Indeed, indeed. Now, give us some insight into your journey, because, okay, you started with by yourself.
Yes.
Opened a business by yourself.
Yes.
In 2020,
yes,
basically, right after lockdown was in March
yes,
of 2020. So you opened. That was a bold step to start a business, like everybody else. Most businesses started, it would appear, right after lockdown.
Yeah. Well, we did initially intended to open before lockdown.
Right, correct.
Yeah. And then we had to just wait till everything sort of calmed down and the island opened again, and then we could get our final licenses and opened for business in August, when we were in our little bubble on island, so everyone was sort of free to roam around, and that's when we opened, and actually did very well.
Very well.
Yeah.
Now, Pasadora Place,
yes,
was that your first location?
No, so that's where we were initially in West Shore Plaza in 7 Mile, and then we've moved into Pasadora Place, into a bigger space. We're right next to ENT and Cayman on those units that face out onto Smith Road, so moved from one little room to essentially a whole clinic, where we've got private treatment rooms. We have an area for exercise and rehab and Pilates, and it's much brighter and nicer. And
Yeah, I've been learning so much when you got in this morning. Now, what exactly is physiotherapy, and who can benefit from physio?
yeah.
No.
Oh, am I taking this one? So physiotherapists help people to restore function if they have pain from injury, illness, disability. So we use a variety of techniques. So exercise, education, manual therapies that can be massage, mobilizations to the joint, dry needling, all sorts of things. And really focus on exercise, getting people moving again. And yeah, so it depends what your problem is as to how we will treat you. So who can benefit from it? Anyone who has pain, anyone who has any reduced function. So that can be things in your daily life, with sport, all sorts.
And you teach physio. Now, do you do this on a one-on-one? I asked you this
Pilates.
earlier, but
Yeah.
you teach us one-on-one.
Yes, I
Okay.
teach Pilates one-on-one. We've got a great rehab space at Vitality. So I love the one-on-one because we can really tailor it to what the person needs. So what their goals are. And if they have an injury, I can modify things. So if their shoulder is sore and they're not able to do certain exercises, we work around that so they can still move. We can still work on strengthening and, getting them moving again.
Pilates. I'm yet to
Yeah.
try Pilates.
You should come try.
I
Yeah,
know.
come and join in.
I know. So do I have to just do Pilates? Can I just come in as a walk-in customer? How does that work?
It's better to make an appointment because our sessions, the Pilates sessions, are about 45 minutes. Follow-up sessions are about half an hour to 45 minutes. So it's easier to make an appointment because if you just walked in, we can't guarantee that either of us are available.
Right. Okay. So I must make an appointment. Now, tell us more about what type of conditions you're able to treat at Vitality Physiotherapy.
Yep. So we treat a wide variety of things, any sort of joint, muscle, pain, stiffness, injury. We also treat headaches. I see quite a lot of patients that have headaches, dizziness, vertigo, sports injuries, rehab after surgery or before surgery, or just general sort of aches and pains, stiffness, difficulty doing anything in your day-to-day stuff. So
Now you say headaches and dizziness, vertigo.
Yes.
That's interesting.
yes,
Take, for instance, dizziness.
yes.
Is that normally associated with a pain in your body somewhere else besides,
Yep.
your head, a headache, whatever?
Dizziness is very often actually associated with your neck and problems with the muscles and the joints in your neck. And so part of the assessment with me, I would try and differentiate what's causing the dizziness. If it is coming from the neck, then the treatment would involve the neck. If it's coming from the inner ear, if it's vertigo, there's a treatment that we can do for vertigo. Otherwise, if it's coming from something else, like another problem with the inner ear or perhaps a previous concussion, then the treatment is based more around exercises and rehabilitation, balance exercises. So a big part of it is trying to figure out what's causing the dizziness, and then we can treat it.
Okay, at Vitality Physio,
Yes.
do you work with your patients in prevention?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk about that for a little bit.
So most people are coming with a problem per se, because people don't know that we can help with prevention of sports injuries or prevention of day-to-day aches and pains. But we do have some clients that we work sort of maintenance sessions and enhancing performance, preventing injuries, preventing headaches, pains.
That is interesting. Rather than wait for it to happen, then I have to come and you have to work harder to get me back,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
in shape. Put it that way. Now, do you treat scoliosis?
Yes. Do you want to?
Yeah, we definitely can treat scoliosis. So working on lengthening, often it's one side of the body that you'll have to sort of lengthen and strengthen. So for anyone who doesn't know about scoliosis, that's curvature of the spine. So often from birth can happen as you get older, lots of people actually aren't aware that they have a very mild scoliosis. So for lots of people, it doesn't actually cause them pain, or they don't struggle with it day to day. But for some people, it can be quite severe and quite debilitating. So yeah, we definitely can help with that. Lots of exercise is involved there, and obviously managing pain. So various techniques that we can use to help manage that. But yeah, very much focused on exercising, doing things daily that can help to manage it. So a lot of it is teaching you what you can do for yourself at home, not just coming in to see us for like a passive treatment.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Oh, okay. There's a lot to take in for one morning. No, right now, what are some of the conditions you're treating? What is most prevalent right now? What sort of aches and pains are you seeing?
So I see a lot of people with neck pain and headaches and some dizziness associated with that. I see quite a lot of back pain, low back pain, and then also sort of sprained ankles, sore knees from gym, shoulder injuries. That's kind of on my docket, Paula.
Yeah, lots of people with neck and back pain. I think people are stressed. It seems like just collective stress in the world. People have busy jobs, busy lives. Lots of people at a desk all day working at a computer. So that's really common. And then I love working with sporting injuries too. So wide variety of that, from hip pain, knee pain. Yeah, ankles, shoulders are pretty common. Yeah.
Would that be from people looking at their devices, especially their phones, all day long,
that
looking down?
To it. Yeah, sore necks,
sitting at the desk,
neural irritation. Yeah, so like pins and needles in the hands. Yeah.
Wow. Well, we're going to take a quick break. Thanks to our sponsor this morning, Cayman Insurance Center and Total Health. If you're just joining us, good morning. We have in the studio from Vitality Physiotherapy Center, Mrs. Rose Watt. She's a registered physiotherapist and part owner of Vitality. I like to call it Vitality Physio, if you don't mind.
Vitality
and we have alongside her Ms. Paula Tully. Paula is a registered physiotherapist.
How life treating you? I don't know how you do it. Traffic, errands, and don't forget work and chores. There is no time. I need to get Sarah a dental check, and Grandpa needs a checkup too.
Oh, I'm no supermom at all. But if you need all services under one roof, look no further. Try Total Health. They offer such great quality care, and we're able to work with my entire family and our busy schedule. Guess what? They are open 6 days a week and welcome walk-ins too.
Total Health at Grand Pavilion on West Bay Road. From junior's x-rays to your daughter's dental care, their suite of services encompasses diabetology, ophthalmology, gynecology, ENT, physiotherapy, pharmacy, on-site laboratory, imaging, and the list goes on. Total Health is your one-stop convenient family healthcare solution. All the services of a hospital without the hassle.
Total Health in Grand Pavilion. Change the way you manage your family's health. Visit www.totalhealth.ky or call 333-2222.
Yo, big up Massive. Summer is here and Digicel got the vibes flowing straight to Jamaica. That's right, me people. Digicel has a sizzling offer for you. Top up for your loved ones in a Jamaica and you get a chance to win the ultimate trip to the land of sun, sea and good vibes. To enter for the free trip to Jamaica, just send top up to your loved ones back home with Digicel and you automatically qualify. Remember, the more top up you send, the higher the chance you win. So make sure you don't miss out on the fun. Me people, get the summer vibes flowing with a top up for your loved ones with Digicel and get ready for a trip of a lifetime.
Healthcare Pharmacy, caring about your health for the past 25 years. Radio Cayman's premier health show.
Alzheimer's and dementia, are they the same disorder?
Yeah, I think that's a very important question.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Is heard on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. and on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor, where they care about your health. Transfer and refill your prescription online. Visit healthcarepharmacy.ky or call 947-8900. Healthcare Pharmacy, now with a second location in Governor's Square. Healthcare Pharmacy, where they care about your health.
think I'm gonna search the town and get lost with a girl who can fill me right up with her charm.
Friends of Jamich presents a fundraising beach barbecue on Wednesday, July 26th at Coral Beach. Live music by J.R. Douglas,
Tropical Days,
High Tide,
Musical Crew,
DJ Alec, Mixmaster,
DJ Martino.
Gates open at 4 p.m. till 11 p.m. 2 for 1 happy hour, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Proudly sponsored by
The Caymanian Times, Monster Media, Radio Cayman, Young Blood Production, Coral Beach.
Part proceeds in aid of Jamich Cancer Recovery.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. Good morning. If you're just joining us, thank you so much for doing so. We'd like to say thanks to our sponsor this morning, Cayman Insurance Center and Total Health. In the studio, we have Mrs. Rose Watt and Miss Paula Tully. Ladies, you having fun yet?
Yes,
thank you.
I think our nerves have settled a little bit.
Heart rate's gone back to normal.
Yeah.
Susan, they said they were nervous. Can you imagine that? Huh? No. If I come into your space, I'll be nervous. I'll be like, oh God, what are you going to do today? Physio. But it's all good stuff. Now let's talk. You mentioned dizziness, headaches, vertigo, and all the good stuff. Now TMZ.
TMJ.
Oh, TMJ.
Yes.
TMJ.
TMZ, that's the
TMZ.
like
That's
entertainment.
Yeah, I've been looking at them recently.
Yeah.
All the gossip. So
TMJ stands for temporomandibular joint, which is the joint in your jaw. And so I think people don't actually know that physios can help with that, but lots of people suffer from joint pain in the jaw that can refer into the ear. It can refer into like a headache behind the eye. It can often feel like toothache. And often it's because people are clenching or grinding their teeth, or they have some problem in their upper neck, lots of tension. And yeah, so physios can help with that. It's a joint, just like you might go to a physio for some knee pain. Yeah, we can help with that. We can do massage and give you exercises, which sometimes feel a little bit silly, opening and closing your mouth. Yeah, but so we can help with that. It
works, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it really does. It can be quite life-changing for people who can't open their mouth, whose jaw is locking, who are struggling to chew. Yeah, it really can help. So if people can't open their mouth wide, if they're struggling with, even talking can sometimes be a problem. And it can also help with, like, save people's teeth. I've had patients who are like grinding through mouth guards at night, who are destroying their teeth because they're clenching so much or grinding so much. So it really can be so helpful. Yeah, so that's one of the other things that we treat.
does that come from having stress?
Stress is, often a very big part of it. So a lot of the treatment I'll actually give people like breathing exercises to do. We'll discuss ways to manage their stress. That's obviously not my expertise, but we always discuss things like that. We'll work on things like posture, because that can impact the jaw and the neck. Yeah, so definitely all of that. Getting people just exercising is always helpful for managing stress. Yeah, and that also links to their sleep. They might not be sleeping well because they're clenching or grinding, or because of the stress. So yeah, all of that like ties in together.
So listening to you, I'm thinking your spine, everything works, well, not your brain, but your spine, how your spine functions, how the amount of work you put in your spine. Does that sound like something that would cause headaches and stuff like that as well?
Yes, definitely. Particularly because people have a lot of weakness around the muscles supporting the spine, and our bodies are so good at compensating. And so you get other muscles which will be under strain to compensate for weakness. Muscle tension can cause headaches. And then also if, for example, postural things or stress, which also causes a lot of muscle tension, can lead to stiffness in the spine and stiffness in the joints. And that too can lead to headaches, or if it's lower down, can lead to pain in the back or referral somewhere else in the body. And so we do look at the spine a lot. Loosen if something is stiff, and move is also very important. A lot of people are, afraid to move if their lower back is sore, for example, and moving hurts, but often actually moving is what your spine needs. Our spines are created with lots of different joints, and they're created for movement, and so moving it is what it is designed for. And so that's what we would do. Essentially, if someone is coming to us with a problem that we think is originating from the spine, is movement of some kind, and then strengthening the muscles which are designed to support and enable that movement.
So note to self, do not babysit your spine.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, look after it.
Look after it. Don't fear it. Our spines are very resilient, very strong. Pain is an indicator that there might be something potentially wrong. It's just an alarm bell. Our natural response to pain is to just hold everything tight and stop moving. But actually, most often, that doesn't help. That actually makes it worse.
Would you recommend stretching?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Stretching, active movement, all helpful.
Yeah. Stretching is very useful to help muscles relax and release. But then it needs to be followed up with movement.
Because you can always hear people, oh, my back.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, just stretch it.
Sometimes the stretching can be painful because the muscles are so tight, so people don't want to stretch. So then in that case, we would just do small movement, which has a knock-on effect of helping the muscles to relax a bit. And then the more you move, the better you feel. The better you feel, the more you move.
Yeah.
Now, does health insurance cover treatment at all? Or take, for instance, a lot of civil servants, we use Seneco.
Yes.
And do you take referrals?
Yes. So all health insurances have some kind of benefit that will cover physiotherapy. For Seneco, HSA does provide physiotherapy services. So patients that have Seneco insurance would need to get a referral signed and stamped by HSA for outside private treatment. If they were able to do that, then yes, we accept Seneco as well.
Okay, very good. Now, what is some general advice you can offer for day-to-day activity? And I see Rose looking at Paula.
Well, I was just thinking Rose kind of covered this, because moving is probably the biggest thing that I tell people to do. So if you have a desk job and you're sitting for 8 to 10 hours a day, the best thing that you can do for yourself is just take regular breaks from sitting. Just getting up and moving, giving your body a chance to pause, a chance to reset. When we sit down for the first time, we tend to sit a little bit better, and our bodies get a little bit tired from sitting because we're not actually designed to sit for really long stretches of time. So you just break up that sitting by moving. Same goes for if you're standing. If you're on your feet all day, you might want to change your posture. So then you might want to actually sit down for a bit, or lie down, or move in a different way. But yeah, so movement is really the thing that I would say day to day, just get moving. We hear over and over that people don't have time, they don't know what to do. So start small. That's always my advice. Set yourself up for success. If you think you only have half an hour, well, just go for 10 minutes. It's better than nothing. And once you get going with movement, it generally feels good. And if you can get outside, that's even better. Get some sunshine, get some fresh air, and
take a swim.
Take a swim.
Go for a swim.
But yeah, start small with movement. Start with something that feels safe and feels manageable for you, and then you can build on that. And once you become someone who moves every day, and it doesn't have to be exercise, just movement. Dance in your kitchen or go for a short walk. But just start moving, and once you do that, then you're like, okay, this is actually good. It's movement is medicine, and your body will respond to it. So yeah, just get moving. That would be my big advice for everyone.
Yeah, I'll move by my desk today.
Exactly.
Gotta remember that, right? Now, we spoke about prevention.
Yes.
What is the importance of offering patients as much offering them as much information as possible about their physio treatment as well as their future expectations.
It's very important that people understand, firstly, what's going on, why that something hurts or doesn't move how it's meant to move. Just that understanding often helps a lot with how someone feels. It can also be quite scary if you're feeling a pain, for example, that you've never felt before, or people get nervous about that, which is understandable. And so explaining why you're feeling what you're feeling is very important to helping you feel better. And then, of course, education is a huge part of what we offer, because we really want to empower people to take the steps each day to be better, feel better, and to not just have to always come in for a treatment over and over again. We're empowering you to do what needs to be done to enhance your mobility and function.
Yeah. And also there's certain conditions where things are contraindicated. So patients don't always know that. They don't know what they really need to avoid.
Yes.
Well, I was saying like get moving, but there might be certain things that you need to stay away from and certain things that are going to enhance your recovery. So that's important. Like reassure someone, you can do this. This is safe. Maybe stay away from that. Don't push through that stabbing, shooting pain or whatever. And if you have something like if you've had a surgery or you've had a fracture of some sort, then there certainly will be things that you can't do initially. So I think guiding people through that is helpful. And people always want to know their prognosis. How long is this going to take?
Yeah.
And that's
going to be my next question.
Yeah, that can sometimes be a tough question to answer, because there's not always a clear cut, it's going to take 2 sessions or it's going to take 6 weeks. Some conditions are very clear. It usually follows a nice timeline for us, but not always. Yeah. So we need to try and like manage people's expectations too. So that's where the education is just so helpful. It does help like calm people's anxieties about what's going on with them.
Okay. Arthritis. Do you have any type of treatment, physio treatment for arthritis?
Yes.
Yes?
Pretty much, as we were saying a little bit earlier, move. Arthritis, is characterized by stiffness in the joints, which can then, cause a lot of pain, and moving it and how you move it is probably what we would focus on, move it being the joint. That's going to help relieve a lot of pain. So it would be very exercise-based. Pilates, for example.
Yeah, that would be great.
Would be great. Very gentle sort of exercise, but getting the joint moving, getting the muscles that are supporting the joint, whichever one it is, that's how we would approach treatment to arthritis.
Yeah, and finding movement there that is tolerable.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. People who have arthritis, they have these sore joints. They're sometimes inflamed, and they don't want to move because it's painful. So we can assist to find movement that is comfortable to do, that is going to be supportive.
Yeah.
When I think about physio, because I've never had to do physio until last year. I broke my wrist.
Yes.
I was telling you guys. And I had my first set of physio. I'm like, okay, it's not so bad, I didn't, I couldn't turn the door handle, the knob. Certain things I couldn't do after it was healed, but I still couldn't, to open a can with a manual opener, I couldn't do it, all the way.
Those twisting movements.
Yeah, I couldn't, the twisty movements, I couldn't. But I have a new respect for physiotherapy, I have to tell you that.
Thank you.
And I always thought about physio as you have to break something to get physio in order to get to do physio. So, but I see that's not true, right?
Yeah.
That's not true at all.
No.
You treat asthma, you treat all the other ailments and broken ankles and all the good stuff. Now, why, before we take a break, why should someone choose Vitality Physiotherapy Center?
Well, I think we pride ourselves in being very passionate about physio and passionate about our clients, and we really give people, and this is our sort of goal, is give people the attention and care that everyone deserves. So, when you come in for your session, it's your session. You have that one-on-one time with us, and both of us really try and problem solve. We try and figure out what the problem is that you're struggling with, what's causing it, and then we'll work together with you as the patient to address factors that are going to change that and enhance your function.
Yeah, so I think we offer really holistic treatment. We're not just focusing on what is causing the problem. It's also looking at other things in your life that we can maybe assist with.
Yeah.
So not just your back pain, but how your back pain impacts everything else in your life, and can we offer advice on how to make things easier in that regard. But we both really just love what we do. We love connecting with people. I think that's what makes our job so special, is that we get to really know our patients. Lots of them feel like friends. We get excited to see them. We love seeing people progress and restore function and become pain-free. I mean, it's always a nice thing when you get to say to someone, cool, I don't need to see you again.
I'll see you at Foster's.
It's nice to say, okay, you're discharged. You don't have to be here anymore. So that's the goal for us.
I'm pretty sure they're sad about that, because they want to come back and get some of that special treatment.
Yeah, but it's always good when we get to that point with people too. So that's our aim, is that we can empower you to feel good again.
I can feel the passion. I want to come back and get my I'm just kidding. Thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap up with Vitality Physiotherapy Center. And if you want to give a quick call, we can do a couple minutes. They can take a quick call or two. So let us know. Thanks to our sponsor this morning, Cayman Insurance Center and Total Health.
Homeowners, protecting your family and property is crucial during the season, and you should always assess insurance needs long before a storm makes landfall. Most insurers won't issue new policies or increases when a storm is imminent. Cayman Insurance Center's team of professionals can help owners like you find the most comprehensive coverage and competitive rates. Call the insurance professionals at Cayman Insurance Center 949-4657 or email info@cic.com.ky. Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Call Cayman Insurance Center's insurance professionals today at 949-4657.
RC Fusion, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Monday to Saturday. Brought to you by Puritan Cleaners. Puritan Cleaners, now using the most popular eco-friendly cleaning solvent. Call 949-7104. Puritan Cleaners. You feel good when you look good.
The Commission for Standards in Public Life reminds all persons subject to the Standards in Public Life Act that they are required to submit their annual declarations by no later than Sunday, the 30th of July.
To determine if you are required under the Act to submit a declaration, visit www.standardsinpubliclifecommission.ky/register of interest.
Again, the deadline for submissions of declarations to the Register of Interest via the online portal in accordance with the Standards in Public Life Act is Sunday, the 30th of July.
I think I'm gonna search the town and get lost with a girl who can fill me right up with her charm.
Friends of Jamich presents a fundraising beach barbecue on Wednesday, July 26th at Coral Beach. Live music by J.R. Douglas.
Tropical Days.
High Tide.
Musical Crew.
DJ Alec. Mixmaster.
DJ Martino.
Gates open at 4 p.m. till 11 p.m. 2-for-1 happy hour, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Proudly sponsored by
The Caymanian Time, Monster Media, Radio Cayman, Young Blood Production, Coral Beach.
Part proceeds in aid of Jamich cancer recovery.
Business Boss. Business Boss with your host, Anita Khan.
Welcome back to The Buzz. It's 12 minutes until 9 o'clock until we bring you headlines. Susan's got some sweet music lined up for you on the breakfast session. You don't want to miss that. But in the meantime, we're having a discussion with Vitality Physiotherapy Center, and we have in the studio Mrs. Rose Watt. She is the registered physiotherapist and part owner of Vitality Physio. I like to call it that. And Miss Paula Tully. Paula is a registered physiotherapist. Now, do you specialize in one area, or I know you do everything, but when you started out, did you start it out by specializing in, say, dealing with spine or whatever? No?
So we do a little bit of most things. I have an affinity for neck pain, headaches, dizziness. That's what I tend to focus on. Paula?
Yeah, and I've done further training in exercise and sports physiotherapy, so that's really what I'm passionate about. But part of training that I did also was we talked about the jaw, TMJ earlier. So yeah, while I do treat a whole variety of things, I really enjoy working with people who have sporting injuries. So that can be like elite athletes to weekend warriors or someone who's just, doing the best they can to exercise. So all sorts of sports and
One
exercise.
of these days,
related.
move up to the NFL, or so, no, just walk us through a visit to your center.
So once you arrive and the session starts, if it's the first time particularly, there'll be quite a comprehensive assessment process, which there's a lot of talking, a lot more talking than I think people people expect, sorry. Because we're trying to get the whole story, what the problem is, how it's impacting your life. We're formulating a hypothesis about what could be the problem, and then we start looking sort of physically. We run some tests, and then we'll have a feel of the joint, of the muscles, test your strength, and then depending on what we find, then formulate a treatment plan with you as the client. We will talk about the options, talk about what we found. Is our goal to reduce pain, reduce tension? Is our goal to move? Is our goal to strengthen? So it really would be directed by the patient, what you're coming in, what your problem is, and we'll go from there. Anything?
And then we'll give a home exercise program. We were just talking off air earlier about that. So we'll send you a program with your exercises that we've done in the session, so that
and you
can
expect us to do it, right?
Yes, if possible. So I think that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So how can I schedule a visit to?
Yes. You can call us, or our website has a link to book online, which people find quite useful because then they compare it to their schedule. Also, through our social media, if some people will contact us through the social media, but probably calling or booking online would be the easiest and quickest way to get an appointment.
Okay. Some contact details, telephone number?
Telephone number is 746-2222.
Okay. Email?
info@vitality.ky.
And your website is www.vitality.ky.
Yep.
Okay, now, and you're located in the Pasadora Center.
Pasadora Place.
Pasadora Place.
Pasadora Place.
Right Unit number
6.
6.
Yes.
Okay.
Right beside ENT and Cayman, facing Smith Road.
Okay. Now, is there anything you want to leave with our listeners this morning? Anything more?
Any more?
I just hope people have taken away that movement is medicine. I think that's really what we are passionate about, getting people moving again in ways that feel good. And if you have been contemplating coming to see someone about your pain, then take that next step soon. We often see people who've been waiting ages. They put it off and put it off. And just take that next step. Give us a call or pop us an email, and come and take that next step for your health.
Why do you think that people put that off, coming to see you or see any physiotherapist?
I think partly people don't maybe understand that what, as a physiotherapist, we can treat and address. And I think part of it is our nature to, if we ignore something, maybe it will go away. But I'd like people to know that if they're, even if you're not sure, just contact us, because there is a wide variety of things we can assess and treat. And also we are able to differentiate and make a bit of a diagnosis. And if it's something that we can't address, then we will refer you to someone who we think will be able to, whether that be your doctor or a specialist. And so if there's anything with your body that you're just not feeling comfortable with, don't hesitate to contact us.
So you're both pretty young. You look almost like teenagers.
I'll take that.
What advice would you have for young people who would love to get into this field? I hear a long pause there from Rose.
Work hard. It's going through school I found it quite tough. It's a lot of work. So just work hard. I was very intimidated looking at the studies and how long it took, but it goes so quickly. Work hard and enjoy it. is what I would say.
Yeah. There's different branches really of physiotherapy. So what we offer is only one section of that really. So I would say also to young people, like teenagers who are considering it, go and do some job shadowing and go and work with a physiotherapist in a hospital, in a rehab center, in a clinic like ours that sees outpatients. Do some research and come and see if it's something that you might enjoy.
Do you do any type of internship?
Yes, well, maybe not internship officially, but I have had a lot of students sort of shadowing and just kind of watching what I do, what we offer, just to kind of get that information before they decide to go and study physio. So yes.
It is one of the most rewarding jobs. I think it ranks like in the top 5 of the most rewarding jobs to do. So that I would say, it is a great career. Yeah.
And you're always happy when your patients are happy.
Yes.
When you tell
That's
them
what
you
makes us happy.
You don't have to come back and see me. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they come back and see you because they have so much fun with you.
Well, I'll come back with something else.
I'll come back with something else. Now, before I let you go, it's been fun this morning listening to both of you. I've learned a lot. Susan, did you learn a lot? Yeah? Come on the mic. Talk to me.
I know you always want me to put me on the mic.
Yes, of course.
Sure. Absolutely. Learned quite a bit.
Do you have any sort of physiotherapy treatment that you want to talk about? No?
I think you covered it, yes.
I covered it?
Yes.
Okay. They covered it, not me.
Well, you asked the
Rose and Paula covered
asked the question, and they covered it well.
Right. I think so too. I want to say that I have scoliosis, so that's why I asked about that. And the thing is, if I don't do any type of stretching, I have to stretch every single day. Otherwise, I'll be walking around in pain.
Yeah.
And just complain. But if you don't know me, I mean, you wouldn't know that, I work on this every single day. And what helps me are those lat pulls.
Yes.
If I don't do my lat pulls, I'm in pain, So I'm pretty sure that people who sometimes you walk around and don't even realize that you have scoliosis.
Yeah.
It took me until I was about age 30-something to realize that I have scoliosis. I'm like, what is that? So we didn't have Google at that time, I don't think. So and WebMD, but now I can take care of myself. So, but I love to come and see what you would do for my scoliosis.
Absolutely, you're welcome anytime.
Okay. On that note, thank you again. I wish you all the best, and we want to hear more about further on. Maybe next year we want to hear more about how Vitality Physio has been helping the residents of the Cayman Islands. Thank you. And
thank you for having us.
You've been great guests this morning on the Business Buzz. Thanks to producer, Miss Susan Watson. Susan, thank you. And of course, thanks to all our listeners, our YouTube viewers. Until Thursday, July 27th, when we bring you another Business Buzz. In the meantime, please stay safe. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget, Sterling's got Talk Today coming up about 12:15 today. But in the meantime, Susan's got some music.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services.
And Total Health in Grand Pavilion. Change the way you manage your family's health. Visit www.totalhealth.ky or call 333-2222.
Follow Radio Cayman on Twitter. All the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Follow us at twitter.com.